All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hello, everybody. Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday afternoon. How are we doing? Well, today didn't really turn out how I thought it would. That's for sure. But never a dull moment in crypto, right? Never a dull moment. We've got a lot to talk about today. Dogecoin going mainstream, a dump in the markets. What is all this about? And a couple other surprises as well. Plus, later on, we can do some AMA as well. It is a Friday afternoon. I'm kicking back here. Cheers, everybody. It's a Friday. Why not? I hope everyone had a good week. Dogecoin showing signs of strength, but yet something else moved the market today. We're going to talk about that. But Dogecoin overall, is Dogecoin legit? Is Dogecoin still a meme coin? Is it going to continue to be a meme coin? We're going to talk about that. Let me drop down here in the corner. Hi, everybody. This is the part of the live stream where I give the news, right? What is this huge news? I'm going to give it right here. And then throughout the next couple hours, we're going to have all these new people coming in and saying, what's the news? Kriss, what's the news? What's the huge news for Dogecoin, Kriss? What's the huge news? And I'm like, you didn't have your notifications on. You weren't here when we started. So for everybody that is here, you don't have to come back because you get to hear it right now. For all of you who came in late into the live stream and are now watching this segment, you must be subscribed. You must have your notifications on. You must watch KrissPax live. But I'll give you a break this time, as long as you subscribe. Hey, exactly, Lucifer. The news will be old in 10 minutes, right? That's a good one. Although this one is a little long lasting, I think. And it's the type of news where you would think like Dogecoin would pump, but no, this is kind of a longer thing. And we'll see how it all plays out. Thus, the image I have on my thumbnail, which is just kind of like huge news, but is it or not? And that's why I did that pose for the thumbnail. What is this about? Well, we'll get into what caused the dump here first. So I posted this right here, the S&P 500 chart. This is S&P 500. This isn't a crypto. And this isn't just a stock. This is the S&P 500, guys. It dumped this afternoon. The S&P 500 completely tanked today after a false report from Reuters said upcoming Trump tariffs against Canada and Mexico would be delayed 1 month to March 1st. The White House came out to say, nope. That's not true. It's still tomorrow, February 1st. So the drop was definitely tied to that news. Was it because it got delayed, or was it because it's really happening tomorrow? The tariffs are really happening tomorrow, and investors are worried because they don't know what the impact is going to be of all these new tariffs, what's going to happen with Canada and Mexico, and are the price of goods in America just going to like skyrocket because, you know, in the end, we have to pay for all of the stuff, right? I think it's kind of all of that. It's kind of all of that. So that's why the markets tanked this afternoon. And I know what you're saying. It's like, why is Doge dump? God, it's not just Dogecoin, guys. I mean, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's even worse. In fact, Bitcoin is still going down. That's right. Bitcoin is still going down now to 102. It's about to go into the 101 range. Dogecoin was holding 33 cents for a bit, but dropped down to 32.5. And we're seeing whether support can hold. Doge tried to recover here, but is falling back. And of course, we can look at the liquidation heat map, which I know you guys are going to say, hey, Kriss, show me the heat map. Well, here it is. Bitcoin dropping down and taking out all of this leverage trading. And of course, as it's going down, you get these new shorts opening up. So I hope Bitcoin just turns right back up and starts taking out these shorts up here. But right now, this is just one of those times when you've got the shock in the market because of news, and the market makers are going to jump on this opportunity to take out leveraged trading. So that is essentially what happened today. Tomorrow, the tariffs take place. It's not going to change like the price of something from Canada today or tomorrow, because that stuff already got into the United States before the tariffs took place. So, but it's the news, it's the shock, overreaction. Markets tend to overreact to things like this. And by Sunday, we could be just fine. So, but what is going on with Dogecoin? Here is the news. Grayscale unveils a new Dogecoin trust. Yes, has the token. And of course, you know me, right? And if anybody knows better, it's CoinDesk, right? CoinDesk is calling Dogecoin a token. And you guys know how much that riles me up, right? And out of everybody who should know better, it's freaking CoinDesk. That Dogecoin is not a token. However, I can get over it. Has Dogecoin transitioned from a meme coin to a tool for global financial inclusion? It's like, what? Wait a minute. Is Dogecoin not a meme coin anymore? Because of this, it's now a tool for global financial inclusion. Bitcoin.com news says, is Doge about to go mainstream? Grayscale just launched a Dogecoin trust, pushing Doge beyond meme status and into serious institutional territory. With a structure mirroring Bitcoin and ETH trusts, this could be a game changer for Doge's future. With crypto ETFs booming, could Doge be next in line for SEC approval? Institutional money is closely watching. And finally, is Dogecoin about to become the people's Bitcoin? People's Bitcoin? No. It's the people's currency. It's Bitcoin.com news. It's like, but this is what's happening. Let's read this, because this is the press release. This is where the good stuff is. And I know you guys usually want to know about the price going up and all that, but this is why we invest in Dogecoin early, because we are all early. I said, we are all early on this. Grayscale, a leading crypto asset management firm offering more than 25 crypto investment products, today announced the creation and launch of the Grayscale Dogecoin Trust. The trust offers investors the opportunity to gain exposure to Doge, the native coin of the Dogecoin network. See, Grayscale knows. And Grayscale believes that Doge has transitioned from a meme coin to a tool for global financial inclusion, grassroots activism, and a viable means of payment. I say that again. Grayscale, that's right, Grayscale believes that Dogecoin has transitioned from a meme coin to a viable means of payment due to its widespread accessibility, affordability, and rapid transaction speeds. Doge has garnered significant adoption worldwide. For all the bears out there saying Dogecoin has no utility, what did Grayscale is huge, guys. I mean, this is huge. Listen to this. This is Grayscale's head of product and research, Raina Sharif Askari. He says Dogecoin has matured into a potentially powerful tool for promoting financial accessibility. We believe it's a faster, cheaper, and more scalable derivative of Bitcoin. Again, we believe a faster, cheaper, and more scalable derivative of Bitcoin. Dogecoin is helping groups underserved by legacy financial infrastructure to participate in the financial system. Grayscale Dogecoin Trust offers investors exposure to an asset. Now listen to this. Listen to this one. Investors exposure to an asset that is positioned to help fulfill Bitcoin's originally intended use. I mean, guys, Dogecoin is an asset that is positioned to help fulfill Bitcoin's originally intended use case. Now, you guys know me. I've been talking about this for years. And in fact, I'm the one who actually took the Bitcoin white paper, crossed out the word Bitcoin, and wrote in Dogecoin, because I believe today Dogecoin is more of what Satoshi originally intended when he wrote the Bitcoin white paper. Because Bitcoin is now a store of value. People are not spending their Bitcoin. This is it, guys. This is huge. This is why I say we are so early. Now, the trust is now open for daily subscription by eligible individual and institutional accredited investors. Meaning, you and me, we can't invest in this. We're not worthy. No, we are not worthy of the Grayscale Trust. No, it's for millionaires. Right, Harry, exactly. It's for millionaires. The millionaires who don't want to lower themselves, right, to buy their own Dogecoin are now going to get to play with this thing. And this is where the comes in. This is the part of the huge news where I just go, Do you recall there was a Grayscale product that was a Bitcoin trust? And then what happened when BlackRock and Fidelity were applying for Bitcoin ETFs? Grayscale then applied for a Bitcoin ETF, but not an ETF to start from scratch. No. It would be converted from the Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. And what happened as soon as that started trading? Grayscale started dumping. And Grayscale continued to dump for months on end, because I don't know when that Bitcoin futures trust started, but there was a lot of money in there and people couldn't get it out until it became an ETF. And to me, it's like, what does this mean? I don't know. This is the part where I'm just like, no, it's not clickbait, Lucifer. This is a real thing. It's huge news. It legitimizes Dogecoin. It actually legitimizes Dogecoin. I mean, you just heard what I said about all that stuff. But does it make Doge skyrocket in price? Or does it make it more mainstream like Bitcoin? Actually, Bitcoin's been trading very well. What would Dogecoin be like if it was less volatile and it started trading more like Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin has seen slow and steady gains over the last 2 years, where Dogecoin was up and down and up and down. What if Dogecoin just became slow and steady riser like Bitcoin? Something to think about. But what's going to happen to this Dogecoin trust? What's going to happen? Well, you can read all about it on Grayscale's website. They now have all of the detail of this trust. It has just started trading, and so it has no performance yet on the timeline. It's just pegged right now, and this will start trading. It says as of the 30th, but there's already $200,000 in assets under management. So somebody has started investing into this thing. We'll be checking on this and see what happens. However, Cryptopolitan says Grayscale launches a new Dogecoin trust, but to be converted into an ETF. So depending on when the ETFs are created, there's a possibility as whatever the assets under management, the AUM is here, could end up having some of it dumped on the market when it eventually gets converted to an ETF. However, at the same time, it does mean millions of dollars could be flowing into Dogecoin. Institutional investors, large whales that don't want to bother themselves to go to a Coinbase or something and buy Dogecoin, can buy this thing, Dogecoin Trust. They can buy it now. They don't have to wait for the ETF. They can buy it now. So, will be interesting to watch this, that's for sure. So that's the big news. We'll see what happens with the price. This is beyond Elon Musk. This is beyond Dogecoin as a meme. This is now like a serious investment vehicle. They're looking at this thing. And it's a coin with a dog on its face, It's just like... And Billy Marcus, all he could do was just laugh. That was his tweet today on this, was just LOL. That's all he said was LOL, because it was just like, I still think we're early. And despite any volatility that may come out of an ETF starting, even if this converts into the ETF and there's some selling that goes on, Dogecoin will go beyond that. We are still early. So, a couple other things before we get to the chat. Some interesting little bits of news here and there. We've got this. For those who are miners, we have to give a shout out and a huge applause to some solo miner who just got a Bitcoin block reward. Typically when every 10 minutes there's a Bitcoin reward, right? Miners, proof of work cryptocurrency, validating transactions on the blockchain. They're normally the big pools. The big mining pools get most of these rewards. But every once in a while, a solo miner hits it with their own mining rig sitting in their basement. And somebody just had one today. $326,000. Bitcoin in fees. Not bad. Not bad. That's what you call probably persistence. Someone's setting up a Bitcoin miner and not joining a mining pool and just going for it solo. Every once in a while, one hits, and one hit today. $326,000. That's pretty cool. So if any of you are Dogecoin mining and you're not in a pool, you have a much better chance of getting that mining reward than a solo Bitcoin miner. I don't know, something I'm going to be looking at this summer is setting up a Dogecoin miner, and maybe I won't join a pool. Maybe I'll just go for it, right? And just do solo mining, figure it out. I don't know, we'll see. But that's pretty cool. And then one other bit of news, the Solana meme coin dog with hat has no deal with Las Vegas Sphere, the venue says. Despite indications from the Solana meme coin's backers that they were going to put the face of dog with hat on the Sphere, which they were tweeting out, the people in Las Vegas are saying, there's no deal. There's no deal with WIF. And the WIF team came out and said, oh, no, we're not working directly with the Sphere. We're working for a third-party marketing company, right? Who's then going to do the deal with the Sphere. No, you can't backtrack on that. You already posted the meme with the Sphere head. No, you can't backtrack on that, guys. This is just typical hype on memes. I mean, but even legitimate coins like XRP pull this crap too, where they put this stuff out there, they promote this stuff that isn't true, and people are all in on it. I've been hearing about this WIF head on the Sphere for months. And today the Las Vegas Sphere says, no, not happening. And of course, WIF, what did WIF do today, right? It dumped. It dumped hard. So, just a little bit of something else there. Just a little bit of something else. Bitcoin is now below 102. It is continuing to drop here to 1016. We can update the heat map and we can see more leveraged trades getting wiped out. As this continues to drop down, let's go ahead and hit the symbol and let's change it to like a 2-week here. And you'll be able to see the longer leverage that's getting taken out here by this drop. Well, maybe 1 week, because it's only been that long since Bitcoin's been at this price. Yeah, so it's taking out all of this. And what does Dogecoin look like? As Doge is dropping as well, there's not as much Doge leverage anywhere near what Bitcoin had. But actually, Doge took out some shorts here earlier today, as it did climb up just above 34 cents, took out a number of the shorts, and now dropping to take some longs, but again, not anywhere near as many longs. But what we can look at here on the liquidation chart is more going back to what's happening right now. And over the past hour, $3.8 million in Bitcoin, $3.2 million in ETH, Solana, Cardano. That's where the big money is right now in these liquidations. So that's what's happening right now. And even ETH, although ETH is still in the green, up 1.5% for the day, there are some people who are doing some leverage trading thinking that this breakout that ETH was having was going to continue, which is what I thought we would be talking about today, was ETH breakout. And instead, no, it's turned around and going down. Doge is at 3.24 here. Still huge news with Grayscale, but unfortunately, we're now looking at red candles instead of green candles on huge news. Thus, the pose on the thumbnail. Anyway, that's what we got. How are you guys doing? If I zoom out on the 4-hour chart, this is what we were looking at, was this ascending wedge. This is what I posted this morning. Again, we would see bouncing off the 34 cents, we would see it go down, and then we would go back up. Again, I just posted it right this morning, and we're having our down. But the down, unfortunately, is going a little bit lower than I thought. I thought we would bounce off of this rising support line, and instead we've broken that. But again, this is all behind Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. So we will continue to watch that through the stream and what's going on. Let me see how you guys are doing in the chat as we talk about what's going on. Why is the dog with hat info only coming now? Someone is manipulating. I think it was because it was a response to that tweet that the WIF team did with the WIF dog with hat with the sphere over it. And someone at the sphere saw that and said, we're not talking to them. That was the news. That was the news. Time to buy the dip again. Glad I took some wealthy profit on Jasmine. Get ready to rebuy. That's how it works, right? For those that swing trade these things, right? Because news like this always comes out. The tariff thing, the market reaction to it. For those swing traders out there. Leverage should be illegal. Gambling. I know. Same with puts and calls in the stocks, though. It's the same thing. It just does it. We talked about that songmaker already. ETH had a rejected breakout. I know. I was looking forward to talking ETH and altcoins today. That's what my agenda was. ETH is still 3,300. It's still in the green today because it was moving. And as we zoom out and we look at ETH overall, this is what I predicted. Remember this? Double bottom and the breakout. And that was happening. As well as Bitcoin dominance dropping. Bitcoin dominance is still dropping. We'll see how that plays out. And Doge could turn around and come back up and get back into our wedge. We'll see how crypto recovers. We have about a half an hour more of stock market trading, of which stocks are generally down as well. Everything in the red pretty much, except for Tesla's come back in the DJT stock, but even that's about to turn red. And Amazon, that's all I see in the green. Hey, Savannah, going to be sideways and or down. The one thing is that the stock market will close in half an hour, and then we'll have crypto trading over the weekend without the influence of the stock market. So, and of course, when you zoom out and you see the bigger picture, it's not so bad. Unbearable, very short term, Manel. ETH trickling upward while Bitcoin is falling. That was the trend today, and that's what I was going to talk about. Still up, though. Buy the dip. What are people carrying? Infinite amounts of money? Well, a lot of people got paid today. Tour de France. A lot of people got paid today. They've got money. Money just keeps coming in. Cheers, Raiden. February is the month. I've got my video coming out tomorrow. You guys ready? February Dogecoin price prediction video coming tomorrow. Are we negative for the month of January? Let me just take a quick peek at this. Let it load, Kriss. Let it load. There we go. No, we're up 3%. We are up 3% still for the month of January. We can confirm it by going to the chart and clicking on the monthly tab to confirm, yes, still green. We're still green for the month of January. Market makers understand what they're doing, and they know when to pounce. And this afternoon was a great opportunity. You had the S&P 500 doing a nosedive, and they pounced. Weather Girl is still bullish on Doge to Mars. So every time I drink Bud, I get a green candle. Well, I should just keep drinking that, right? We don't know, Jason, what the weekend will have for crypto. Once they flush out this leverage, maybe crypto goes. We don't know. It's so depressing to see it going up. Fake news comes out and we drop. That is trading, isn't it? Especially with crypto. It's work. It's a lot of work, isn't it? Everyone has a different definition for gambling. Plenty of boomers think crypto in general is gambling. Still others think the stock market is gambling. It's true. I know, Dan, right? But I still do predictions. The overall, when you really zoom out and you look at the 4-year cycles, this little stuff is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. There's a broad shift going on away from risk on assets, but there hasn't been. We are still up. From October to January, we are still up. So, yeah, this is not a boring crypto stretch. There's nothing boring here. That's for sure. Hey, Ryan. Did you hear the news? You will be back after you slide your little timer to the first 10 minutes of the live stream and you can get caught up. Buy the dip, pump it up. Are market makers going to allow a big bull run to happen? They won't have a choice when FOMO piles in. They won't have a choice. Peak was going sideways last I saw, Rowan. It was kind of up and down, but overall kind of sideways. We'll check in on it though now. Down 1.5%. It's kind of tailed off a little bit more, but generally it's been sideways for the day. Little up and down action. Nothing really spectacular to look at on the peak chart. BTC is still green on the weekly. I just turned, dude. Sorry. A little red. But it's very green on the monthly. But the weekly just turned a little red. We would need Bitcoin to come back up and reclaim 102.5. 102.5 to get back in, or 102.55 in order to get back in the green. Dogecoin also red on the weekly. We want to see that turn around. Only 3%. I know, right? Yesterday I was saying, 5% for the month. That's awesome. And now it's like 3%. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. Little frowny face for the day. I was not expecting this big dump here. I think the rooster, the tariffs do have some investors spooked, because generally what that means is higher prices, but just not higher prices today, right? Or tomorrow. These things take time, but markets tend to react before that happens. So I think we're going to see a little up and down. Generally, it'll probably be sideways, though, Jason. Sideways. Keep drinking. Hey, life is a gamble. And you know, Lucifer, I agree. Life is a big gamble. You make decisions, you do things. We might have something similar to the 2017 bull market. Started off slow and then rocketed. Yes, and I showed that in this morning's video. If you guys saw my video this morning, I did comparisons between this bull market so far together with 2021 and 2017 bull markets. And it looks like we are much closer to the 2017 bull market than the 2021. If you're interested in seeing those charts, check out the video that I made this morning, just this morning, which is still in play, even though we have a little pullback here, because I did predict a pullback, guys. It's not like I didn't predict the pullback. I did. It just happened. It just happened a little quicker than I thought, but I drew that line before all of this happened. It just happened a little quicker. But look what I have after that. I've got that breakout happening. So this is typically what you would see. I said, we're going to go down, we're going to retest support, and then move up, as predicted. But people don't always look at that stuff. They don't see that. Nick says, good news is still good news. It will take time. It legitimizes Dogecoin. I mean, that's huge. Thank you, Chunter. Appreciate it. Savannah, just keep DCAing. Your 30th birthday in April. We will see. We will see you on your birthday. We'll be here. I'm always here. Always here. I hope the cycle pattern holds as well. Damn. That's what I'm betting my whole house on, right? Was all on the cycle pattern. And I can't have it fail me right now. I was looking forward to actually doing some sales this afternoon. As Dogecoin was going up, as ETH was going up, I was like, okay, I'm getting ready. At lunch, I was looking through my portfolio, seeing which ones I would be taking profits on today. And it didn't happen. Not yet. We could see a rebound tonight, but I didn't sell anything today. Yet. Yet. Right, Dogecoin isn't gambling. It's a global financial system. No longer a meme coin, officially deemed by Grayscale. Raiden's holding long time, up or down, still bullish. I mean, it's just the Doge ETFs, and now this trust. I mean, these are like serious financial things, and to think that Dogecoin is being seen that way. That's awesome. Still in accumulation zone. We're still early. FOMO piles in. Yeah, the FOMO isn't going to pile in based on like an institutional investment vehicle. The FOMO is going to come in when Elon says something, right? That part of it. That's still kind of the meme, the meme side of Doge, right? We can see Doge as being two-headed now, right? We got the serious financial side, and then we got the happy-go-lucky meme side, right? Doge can be both. Yeah, I talked about it earlier, Vance. We're not pumping because this is a long-term thing. This isn't like one of those things like an Elon tweet that's going to have this immediate green candle. Swift coin has been doing awesome today. I used to own Swift coin. I don't anymore. It's up 73% today. Yeah, it's one of those where you say, maybe woulda, coulda, shoulda, just held on to it a little longer. But for those that are holding Swift, that's a good run. Even when we zoom out and we look at the 4-hour chart, you're like, damn, that's a pretty good run. That is a pretty good run. I bought it down here at 0.003 and I sold it, somewhere in here at like 0.008. So I more than doubled my money on it, but I missed out on all this. That's how it goes sometimes. Why it's running like that, I don't know. I don't really follow the Swift coin news, but for those holders that have it, doing very well. Well, James, we're going to watch that, and what I want to see is on the Bitcoin and ETH one, how much assets under management did the trust have when it converted to a spot ETF? And if Grayscale's Doge trust has a lot of money in it, when it converts over, we could have some dump happen on the Doge ETF as well. So, Algo, Jasmy, or Crow, those are three completely different cryptos, Greg. Unrelated, completely unrelated. So you divvy it up and you buy them all, right? Algo, layer one, blockchain, still undervalued, I believe. Growing in use. Jasmy has sort of a meme side to it that allows it to like rocket up in price like we just saw last week. And Kronos is the crypto.com exchange token that went on huge runs in 2021, and we have not seen that yet in 2025. So they're all capable of still getting great returns here in 2025. Hi, Vance. Cheers. Yeah, I don't know what caused Jasmy to pump either. It just started trading big time. Let's all buy $100 of Doge and get that green candle. Right. Yeah, Charlotte, don't you miss them? I miss them too, but they deserve to be banned. A crypto platform in Japan just listed Pepe. Yeah, the Japanese are really not into crypto, and that kind of hurts Jasmy. There's just not a huge push in Japan for crypto. It'll come, but they're old-fashioned, behind the times. Will a Doge ETF be offered on Robinhood? Probably. You can buy the Bitcoin ETFs, right, on Robinhood. So you'd probably be able to buy the Doge ones. You're down 3 buds already. Oh, I know, right? The bots, they don't get it either. That Cardoon token or the XAI crap. Man, it's hard to keep up with them, but I do. But yeah, when the bots dump like a bunch of comments, I mean, it's like 100 comments get dumped in like 2 minutes. Why doesn't YouTube recognize that? That's pretty bad. No, I got to go in and delete them all. The big YouTube, creators, they have people who do that for them and they pay them. I'm not that. Imagine Doge being 100K in 10 years. Oh, if Solana gets an ETF, how much Solana is going to be dumped on the market? There's a Grayscale trust for Solana? If so, it could. WIF goes down to 34 cents while Doge rockets up to $4. That whole not financial advice thing, NFA, it's just kind of it's almost kind of a fun joke now, more than anything else. How about this? Buy Doge. This is 100% financial advice. Exactly. Your e-bike broke down today. Crypto adventure since mid-November allows me to buy a new one for 6K. Good luck with that. I've never done an e-bike. Marino, you have to watch the first 5 minutes of the live stream. Not going to repeat. Hey, Raven, thanks for the super chat, man. Keeping it real. Everybody hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't already. We're hanging out on a Friday afternoon. Cheers to you all. Cheers. If Pokemon or something made a crypto, the Japanese would be all over it. I know, right? You got to get to what they're interested in. Where to see the liquidity heat map? You go to coinglass.com. Coinglass.com. And then there's a pull-down menu called Liquidation. And then you click on Liquidation heat map. And it takes you right there. The default one they put up is the Binance Bitcoin one. But then you can change over here from pair to symbol. You click on the symbol button. And then it gives you all the exchanges for Bitcoin. But then you click this little pull down arrow here and you select Doge. And that's how you get to the Doge heat map. Okay. Yeah, there's some big Doge longs down here at like 32 cents, 31.9, right in there. And these are new ones. I mean, these were just made. Let's see whether Doge climbs out of this dip right now. Is Trump going to say some crazy crypto things? He's a little busy, but you never know when the next crypto thing is going to come out. The Crow app is saying 338 Crow for $44 to unlock it. How much do I have to pay to unlock it? I don't know what you're unlocking. I don't know what that's for. Reg Fur, I'm glad you're here. You bought Doge? Planning to sign up for Binance? Good luck. The bots generate ad revenue for YouTube? I guess they would, right? Oh, man. Well, it's a pain in the ass. All of those stupid XAI bot comments are just a real pain in the butt. Right. And even on channels that have nothing to do with investing or finance, those crypto bots show up. We need some runs to get the happy feeling going. Yes, Yumfo. Susan says, when Kriss drinks a bud, candles go green. When I drink one, I don't know. Yeah, how about 40 cents? 40-cent Doge would be good, Christian. Get a real bike, bro, says Tour de France. I would expect nothing less from you. No e-bike, right? Wealth building advice. Exactly. Crack. Wealth building. Cheers, weather girl. Yes. A few years ago, when they asked Elon what Dogecoin was, he said it was the financial vehicle that was going to take over the world. Now, he said that as Lloyd Ostertag, Saturday Night Live, Weekend Update, but he said stuff like that before. But yes. Oh, Weather Girl, you got your whole subscription thing straightened out. Awesome. Brian's making a Pika coin right now. Going to market to all the Japanese insiders. Exactly. Christoph says, let us in on it first, right? It's fun to see Bitcoin boys on X losing their minds over XRP. And they could lose it over Doge as well. Doge becoming a serious financial instrument. And what did Grayscale say again about Bitcoin? Because that was a good one right here. Grayscale Dogecoin Trust offers investors exposure to an asset that is positioned to help fulfill Bitcoin's originally intended use. Look at that. Look at that. Dogecoin is an asset that is positioned to help fulfill Bitcoin's originally intended use case. I couldn't have said that any better myself, although I've been saying it for a couple of years. But that alone should get the Bitcoin maxis all up in arms, right? I'm gonna have to tweet that later because that's awesome. That is awesome. Japan better start making babies. I know, they are old. That's an old country, average age. Sheeb was recovering today. In fact, Sheeb is still in the green for the day. Although there's a sell-off, but it had a nice run this morning with ETH. Knockstars needs the song. Need it bad.
All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge.
There you go. Jay bought another $3,500 of Doge, added to your bag, buying on the dip. If you make 100,000, how much do you have to pay? Armando, there's a lot in there. Do you live in the United States? If so, then what state do you live in? And then how long have you held that? Let's call it Dogecoin, right? That you made $100,000 on. Was it a short term or a long term? In other words, 1 year less or 1 year more? That all plays into it. Your percentage that you actually have to pay in capital gains tax could range from 17% to 37 or 40%, depending on the answers to those questions. Have you ever had your subscribers inflated? Inflated? I don't know what you mean by inflated. Any token undervalued? Oh, well, I mean, it's Algorand. Still, top of the list is Algorand. Still undervalued for what they have. Somebody voted for Trump and his wife got deported. Is Elon trolling us all? You think Elon is doing something with Grayscale to get them to make this trust? I don't know. Didn't hear about any more executive orders today. Everything is all with the FAA and that terrible helicopter plane crash. Still, a lot of focus on that. Let's all break out our top hats. Yeah. Well, Reggie, take the timer down at the bottom and slide it to the beginning and watch the first 10 minutes. And you'll see what the big news is. And in that, there's a special message just for you. A special message just for you. Okay? So just slide that timer back first 10 minutes and you will see your special message. Sheeb almost hit 20. I know. It almost hit 20. I need Sheeb to go to at least like 25 before I sell. At least 25. And it was looking good this morning. So maybe we get a good weekend without the stock market, without, let's go crypto. February, new month starting. Yeah, a little bit of gray here and there, but I mean, the AI, I think they kind of overdid the gray on the back. You know, when I turn around, I think they overdid it just a little bit. Just a little bit. You were dancing. Maybe inflated was infiltrated. Yeah, you guys aren't getting hacked, are you? By subbing to me or chatting with me? I don't think so. We have a few Momtazes or MJs that come in that are just trolls, but we don't have any hackers in here. A good way to get rid of your wife. Wow. Wow. Watch the first 10 minutes of the live stream, Pasquale, and you'll get my take on it. I know, my special message. You like that, Raiden? My special message. And I will continue to tell people it's a special message. Those that come in and ask what the huge news is. That's why I do that, just for the fun of it. You know, because you have to, right? You just have to. Happens every stream. Any good restaurants or food spots? Wow. I mean, in Boston, it's everywhere. There's great spots everywhere. So, depends on where in Boston. The north end, you get some Italian flavor. That the steak that they have on the north end is more Italian. You can go to the Irish quarter, you can go in Southie, and you can get excellent beef and pork. It's so good. All kinds of great places. Which month is the historical bull run? It varies. And we looked at this the other day. On average, the leader is January, but that's because 2021 had the 700%. It won. That was the crazy 4 year ago. So we discard the average, we go to the median. And the median, it looks to be April up 3% on median, but it's October up 8% is the winner. So one in the spring, one in the fall. Those are the best months for Doge. This news tells me the next bull run, we may get to $10. And this is my point, and you guys are going to be watching me because I'm going to have to sell some Dogecoin to get this house it looks like. But on a monthly basis, I'm going to be DCAing back in. That's right. Kriss is going to be buying more Dogecoin, particularly over the summer when I think there's going to be a dip, because I have to replenish my stash of Doge. So I am going to be buying. Yeah, I told myself I'm not going to buy any more Doge in 2025. I don't want to buy the top. But now with this stuff coming in probably the fall, like with the Dogecoin ETF, X money, like all this stuff, Kriss is going to be buying Doge because I'm going to have to sell in the next few weeks. I got to sell some of my Doge. And it looks like it's going to be a big chunk of it. But then on a monthly basis, starting in March, April, I can then begin to start accumulating Doge back. Kind of weird for me to say that because I'm going to go from almost 3 million Doge down to probably less than 1 million, maybe even 500,000 might be all that I have left once I cash out enough to buy the house. So I'm going to be buying back in. I'm not going to be buying 20 different altcoins. Not going to do it. Be sticking with Doge. Your price target on SHIB is 34. Yeah, mine's like 25. Yeah, we kind of have fun, right? Do I announce when I buy and sell? Yeah, after I do it, I tell everyone. I don't always know when I'm going to do it. So it's kind of hard to announce it before I do it. Damien, member. So your 1 month was up and now you had to whatever you call it, actually make your own membership. ETH month is February, Crypto Zenki. That's what I'm thinking. ETH, February. We are going to see ETH outperform Bitcoin. Finally, and that whole ETH BTC trading pair is going to turn around. And I'll be talking about that in Saturday's video. That's going to be one of my themes for my February Dogecoin price prediction. You guys just got a sneak peek. It's going to be coin count. Exactly, Pumpalot. It's going to be coin count with Doge. I have to take some profit now to buy the house, and then I'm going to start buying back in, and it's going to be exactly to hold more Doge. Red or green? Cheers, Raiden. And we've had some Some good live streams on big red days, trying to calm everybody's nerves. Doge isn't going to zero, despite what some bears say, right? Well, I'm going to wait till it drops back to 16 cents to buy in. No. Hey, Joe, how are you? What's the big news? Take your little timer down at the bottom. Scroll back to the beginning of the live stream, watch the first 10 minutes, and there's a special message just for you. Special message right in there. So do that. Can I recommend a coin that is a tool for global financial inclusion? Exactly. Sell your new house, buy more Doge, and then buy a castle next cycle. Ms. KrissPax would not allow that. No. She says it's time. It is time. I know. I don't want to sell at 32 frickin' cents. I don't want to sell Doge at 32 frickin' cents. Man, if it sits here for 2 more weeks, I mean, I'm still up like 4, 5x. I still have some of that 2-cent Doge left, 250,000 of those Doge. But the overall average is like 6, 9, 7, like 7 cents now. And it's like, frustrating. Yes, it's frustrating. Doctor, give me the news. Specs. Sure. It's got about, I don't know, 4,000 square feet. Decent size. 4 bedrooms. No, 5 bedrooms. 1, 2, 3.5 baths. Office, family living room, dining room, big kitchen. It's got a little sunroom on it. Partially finished basement. Good for playroom. Set up a ping pong table there. Yeah, that's about it. How is Bitcoin dominance doing? Well, let's take a look. We did look at it earlier, but we will take another look at Bitcoin dominance. 58.6. Another red candle. So Bitcoin dominance has gone down by 2% in the last day and a half, almost 2 days. So this is starting to show a trend that could continue to go down. And that is if ETH can get itself in order and not do that. And XRP today was very weak. XRP was very weak today. XRP now being, in the top 5 has a pretty good size market cap too. So we need both Doge and XRP. I mean, ETH and XRP to go on big runs to get that Bitcoin dominance to start to really drop. Hey, Zeb, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. You will be getting some Dogecoin from me. We're going to have a members only stream near the beginning of March, and we're going to go through all the deets and that Doge that is sitting in this portfolio right here, which is still at 44,000. I mean, this portfolio is still doing well. We were up over 45 this morning. So little downtrend today, but this portfolio has 75,000 Dogecoin in it that I'm giving to you guys. Channel members are getting 75,000 Dogecoin. No, not each of you. Each of you isn't getting 75. I'm divvying it up. And we'll go through the details of that and how that's going to work in the members only live stream just a little over a month away. I just feel it. It is time. We're going to do this. So that is coming. That is coming. And during that live stream, we'll talk about some other stuff too. So that'll be a fun one. Members only. I've never done a members only before. So that'll be fun. You did the polar bear plunge. I could never do that. I mean, I have a hard enough time just walking around in the snow. Like my feet get all numb, my fingers get all numb, but I couldn't do the plunge. My whole body would just be numb. No way. Victor. So if Doge isn't a meme anymore, she would be the #1 meme. Oh my God, that's hilarious. She would be the #1 meme. How many members? There's over 300, I think now. There's over 300. You're not looking to Grayscale get involved? Hey, Bitcoin was able to slug it off, you know? He, he. Special message. All right, Ryan, you'll get your special message in the members only live stream, okay? I'll have a special one for you. This message will self-destruct. ETF coming. I think you meant Musk IT, Ray. That's Musk, M-U-S-K. That's Elon's father. Money grab. I don't know. Elon doesn't get along with his father. I see it as a money grab. If Elon's father wants to do a money grab off of his son, maybe that just says more about him than anything else, right? Sponsored by Budweiser? No, it's just something I buy and enjoy. And in the new house, we're going to get an upgrade. It's going to be an upgrade on the beer because I'm still in money saving mode to buy the house. And then once we're in the house, we'll be getting an upgrade. But the Budweiser is still good. You joined 26 minutes late, not giving Kriss the satisfaction of asking him what the big news is. There's a special message for you too, DB. Miss KrissPax does not frequent the crypto conversations. She doesn't care. She knows that it makes me happy. It keeps me busy. And I don't bother her. And we're getting a nice new house. And she likes that. In the end, that's really what wins. It's like, oh, really? Oh, really? Because when we first started this a couple of years ago, she was like, no way. There's no way. We're never going to have enough. And I was like, well, let's see what happens. The big Doge party with us all. No, Charlotte, it's not. It is not. But yeah, we'll do the Doge party close by or somewhere else. But yeah, not the house. That Miss KrissPax would say no. Is there room for the Doge? Always. Always room for the Doge. Right, especially people like Mom Taz and MJ can't have that. Safety, security, #1. Yep. Yeah, I still don't think the ETF approval is going to come that soon, Nick, because it's a new product. I mean, Bitwise just had a combo Bitcoin and ETH ETF. That's like 75% Bitcoin and 25% ETH together in one ETF. And it only took them 45 days to get that approved with the SEC. But that's because Bitwise already had a separate Bitcoin and ETH. So to make a new one on top of that, that's a combo, that was pretty easy. Does that mean that Doge can't be in 40? I don't know. Maybe. That would be awesome if that happened. But I'm sticking to the longer timeline, the 240 days still. And that would be like October. So in my mind, I'm thinking October. But April would be cool if it got started sooner. We need Doge at $1. Pepe needs to go above 1539. Pepe had just gotten slaughtered, made a great comeback this morning. I mean, look at this. Pepe went from 12.8 up to 14.8. Pepe was, and this was because of ETH. So ETH, like I've been saying, right? ETH, SHIB, and Pepe would all move together. And Pepe really took off. But then this afternoon's dump got Pepe as well. 1539, you're not that far. You remember, I bought at 10 and I sold at 20, but that was like months ago. So I don't own any Pepe. Doge from 10 cents to 30 cents is a 3x. XRP was 50 cents to $3. Yeah. But Doge actually went to 48 cents, and then had its pullback. Again, Doge being more volatile, yes. But XRP has a lot going for it, there's no doubt. What's the point of looking at charts? My whole world is looking at charts, AJ. That's how I live. I live by the charts. Yeah, the price is dependent on how people are buying, and the charts show the reaction of that. That's what I do. An exclusive club. Sure, Ryan. Will there be a special message? The whole live stream will be a special message, Raven. 74,000 Doge to me and Michael Jackson, then 1,000 other members. This is the only. Yeah. Yeah, not quite. I feel like anything good was going to happen with SHIB, it would have happened already. Yeah, someone asked George this morning on Cryptos R Us about SHIB, and George was like, no one's asked me SHIB question in a long time. And he just says, look, this whole play with Metaverse didn't happen. And them going from just a meme to trying to actually build utility around it. Maybe just people wanted it to be a meme, and that's it. But he did say, yeah, they had a lot of money, and so they thought for them to be able to maintain its high price, they would have to build utility around it. And I mean, give them credit, right? I mean, you look at SHIB, and it is still up here. I mean, $11 billion market cap after 4 years, right? It's $11 billion market cap. Most meme tokens go on a big run, and then they fall off. No one's asking me about Fartcoin. No one's asking me about Toshi, right? No one's asking me about Popcat, right? Those were ones everyone was asking me about a month or two ago. And what's happened? They all fall back down. SHIB is actually, I mean, it's still a top 20 cryptocurrency, despite it really kind of suffering through not being able to really follow. I mean, Shiba Swap, Shibari, no one's using Shibari. George said what they should have done is they should have gotten in front of Pump.Fun right? And just started launching memes on Shibarium. That's what they should have done. And maybe they're going to come out with some product where people can launch memes on Shibarium, and SHIB is the token that is the gas for that. That would be awesome if they did that. However, now Pump.Fun is getting sued, right, for creating unregistered securities, and maybe SHIB now wouldn't want to touch that. So that's kind of interesting how that's going to, we'll see. But yeah, SHIB is still right there. I mean, it's worth like $1 billion more than Polkadot. And what does it do? Not a whole lot. So yeah, we'll see. Doge now showing a little weakness still. Stock market closed most in the red. A couple green ones, as I mentioned earlier. Tesla was up, Amazon was up, DJT stock was up a little bit, and now it's aftermarket and nothing's really doing anything. So why doesn't crypto go up? See you, Crazy Bear? Will Dogecoin become independent in the future so it doesn't follow Bitcoin? Well, that'll only happen if the Bitcoin dominance goes down and stays down. That's the only way. Bitcoin has over half the market cap of the crypto market. Generally, as Bitcoin goes, so goes the rest of the market. And Doge will still fall into a Bitcoin pattern unless some more cryptos just continue to grow in market cap compared to Bitcoin and can begin to just trade on their own. But that's still not happening. I have the charts on pretty much all day. I always keep my eye on it. It's just what I do. How cool would a big Doge party be? Never been to the States, would be cool to come over. Well, you're invited over, Charlotte. Right now, it's Doge to $1. Doge hits $1, we're having a big party. That's the deal. And with $1 Doge, you'd be able to afford that plane flight. My total investment versus current worth. I will tell that story in the future, Crypto Dogs. I don't want to get into all the details of that right now, but it will come. Yeah, this Trump tariff thing is going to kind of keep the markets from taking off right now. I do feel that. Shangwan, how are you? What's the huge news? Guess what? Here's what you do. You take the slider at the bottom of the screen and you slide it back to the beginning and watch the first 10 minutes. And there's a special message just for you right in those 10 minutes. So check that out. You'll hold out with that Pepe. Currently laying under a transit bus, fixing it. Listening to Kriss talk about that special message at the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Good luck with that fixing you got going on there. I have never shorted DB. I've never shorted. So I'm not the person to ask. I'm so positive I can't. I mean, even if I was absolutely certain it was going to go down, you're still, for Dogecoin, I mean, you're wishing for the price of Dogecoin to go down? Really? I don't know if I could do that. Ray, where you been, dude? I've been talking about the 4-year cycles for 2 years. I can't sum it up in like 2 minutes. Just watch a lot of my videos. Just do a search on my channel of 4-year cycles. I've made a lot of videos about it. You need to learn. You need to learn the 4-year cycles and what makes them tick. Yearly, I don't need money to buy a house. Should I sell my crypto around this time too, or wait a little bit more? I can't tell you what to do. But if I was not buying this house here in February, I would not be selling right now. Roberto, I already own a cold wallet. Is it a good idea to diversify crypto into different wallets? Yes. Looking for something secure, easy to use. It's always a good idea. Diversify different wallets. I use Ledger. I use Exodus. I have some Doge on the MyDoge app as well. So I got my Doge in like 3 different places. I still have a little on exchange too, because I'm going to have to sell some. In your opinion, is it worth putting my money into XRP or keeping it in Doge? Better yet, if I had additional monies, diversify. I'm probably going to be keeping some XRP. I mean, I bought some not too long ago based off some stocks that I sold in Robinhood. And I thought, well, maybe I can make a little on XRP and then sell it. And then that would go into my house and I'd have a little bit more, which I'm up on, even despite XRP coming back to 301 now. I don't like that. But I don't know, kind of thinking with all this stuff coming up with the banks and Swift and the blockchain stuff, XRP could actually go on a bigger run. Might not be a bad idea to have a little XRP in your portfolio. Appreciate it, Nick. Thank you. So Tim Stebbing, yeah, he's going to have an announcement. It's supposed to be tonight, I think. And it's something about Dogecoin as a currency. Something he's doing in Miami. I don't know what it is. He said it's big news. We'll see. We'll see what that is. It's just the market, Augie. Everything's dropping right now. Even with bullish news, it's just the market. I read most questions, Lucifer, because on this channel, I want my community involved. People have questions. This is a place you can answer, or you can ask them and get answers, as opposed to most other YouTubers where nobody gets their questions even looked at. So that's how I do it here. That's what I do. So Musk IT is Elon's father, somehow is involved in the creation of a meme token. The word that I heard is it's to raise money for something, but if your idea of making a meme token is to raise money, that means you're going to sell, right? That means you're going to sell. So I don't know. Elon and his father don't get along, so he's trying to make money off his son. I do not have a video on my favorite tools. I just use them all the time. It's a combination of TradingView and CoinGlass. Those are my 2 major sources of information I use. I do look into Bitcoin every now and then mostly also reading what's going on X, just to get the latest news and information. So that's where I hang out. Polkadot is number 18 in market cap. It's still up there. I don't know how. I don't know why. So The bull run is not over, Ritesh. This is just a temporary pullback. You look at the big picture and you're like, no. This is just sideways from, middle of November still. You cannot say the bull run is over. Yeah, I don't know where Pax Cat is, Raiden. He's not here. With the $1 Doge, Kriss can afford the plane flying you over Charlotte. There is a special message. Yep. I know, Charles. Happens every time. Happens every time. It's all good, though. Pepper, yes. Did you see the special message? There was a special message for you, too. Don't give it away. It's a special message. Battery backup for a sump pump. I don't have a sump pump. It's up high on a hill. We were not going to buy a low-lying house. No way. We are high. From the street, you have to look up and climb up to get up to the house. XRP's grown on me a little bit. It's really just they're playing the game right, They're playing the game right. I still don't trust them. I still think that they're shady. I still think that their tokenomics are terrible. But I still think XRP is going to go up in price. It will be open invitation, Yuli, for the Doge party. In a public place, anybody can show up. I don't want to deal with invitations or reservations, doing tickets or who's invited and who's not and all of that stuff. No, I'll just let everybody know when and where it is, and you show up or you don't. Would I transfer a 401k into Robinhood's IRA? If I was younger, I would look at doing something like that. Yes. They offer some good deals to make that transition. And it looks like a good deal. But I'm a little late for that. Come for the Dogecoin, stay for Kriss in the community. That's nice. I like that. Sounds like an ad. It's a good ad, Ryan. Solana is down 5%, Bitcoin is down 2%, and Fartcoin is down 20%. I know, right? And ETH is up on the day, and Pepe's up. Sheep just turned red. It just turned red the last 15 minutes, but that was green as well. ETH is still green for the day. Pepe still looks good. The worst bull market ever. Wow, I know. It all depends on when you bought in. If you bought when I was buying 2 years ago and you followed my strategy, you wouldn't be saying that. Because I'm buying a new house. With the crypto, I made 95% of it in the last 2 years. So for me, this bull market has been awesome. Depends on when you buy. You bought at 14. Okay, well, I was buying at 5 and 6. So a special message from the first 10 minutes of the stream, Raven. The special message is talking to me, reaching out and saying, hey, send them my way, right? Send them my way. Everyone is saying it. Wow, Manel, everyone. Dude. Cheers, Fred. Hey, we would love to go on a worldwide trip to attend different Doge parties. That would be awesome. The World Doge Party Tour. I love it. Can hit the UK, can hit the EU. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm going to take a few days off, Stephen. I will not be making content the 18th, 19th, and 20th of February. Be a little busy. For 10 Doge, I can use the ad. Oh, you are good. You are good. Would I please tell President Trump to come take over Western Canada? That whole Canada thing is like the 51st state. I think is hilarious. It is really funny if you think about it. Like, who would say that, right? We'll just annex Canada and become a new state. But yeah, Western Canada would probably be all for it, right? Probably all for it. And I mean, Trump would like to connect Alaska back to, the 48, and why not? Western Canada, that you got the oil out there too, right? Yeah, Trump would like that. Is Bitcoin going to drop below 100K? Doesn't look like it. Looks like we might have hit the bottom here at 1013. Starting to curl up a little bit. I think they've taken out enough leverage on Bitcoin. So let's let it go. Look, SHIB just turned back into the green for the day. So maybe this is the end of the dumping, and now we can have some fun. Come on, ETH, let's go. Let's go. Recovery. Bull market just getting started, Austin says. I'm saying phase 2 because, I mean, November was awesome, wasn't it? November was awesome. We got 2 more of those for Doge. Again, I keep repeating, 2 more huge pumps for Doge. Maybe there's one in the spring and then another one in the fall. That's kind of how I see it. Good afternoon, Raul. How are you? Where's the rocket ship? It's loading up. It's loading up. Everybody will be able to come to the dollar Doge party. Everybody's invited. I don't stream on X because I manage it right here on YouTube. This is enough for me to be able to manage X at the same time. No, you come here to YouTube if you want to see me. Got a good set of people here. Was it hard convincing her? Well, that's a good question. Was it hard convincing her? Let's just say we have an understanding, right, with our monies. And when I told her what the plan was, she said, I don't think you're going to get that much. And her best friend is saying, sell. Oh, you need to sell. And that was like a year ago. And it's like, no, I'm not selling. Oh. I've been to Canada. I've never been to the western part, though. What happened to Doge today? Any good news? First 10 minutes of the live stream, I covered it all. Take the timer down at the bottom of the screen and just scroll back to the first 10 minutes. Watch that. Special message for you there, and then come back to live. Well, I know the chart doesn't mean it's going to happen again, and nobody can tell you what's going to happen. People aren't buying. It doesn't matter what the 4-year charts say. I know, AJ, but it does. History does tend to repeat, and it has. Is this cycle going to be different? I don't know, but I was investing in it like it was, and so far it has been. So I know the 4-year charts, exactly. There's no guarantee it's going to go. There's no guarantee Doge is even going to go back to 40 cents. We don't know. But the 4-year charts are pretty much saying, yeah. Not only the change in administration, but the Bitcoin halving. There's a global liquidity cycle that goes on 4-year swings, starting back in 2008 when we had the global financial crisis. It all converges together. Hello, Callie. The tariffs, I know. The whole tariff thing just freaked some people out earlier. Stock market took a big dive and took crypto down with it. We talked about that in the first 10 minutes as well as the huge news for Dogecoin. Yeah, I was looking at Aave today, and that was probably going to be the next one I was going to sell for profit, because Aave was like looking really juicy today. It was up here at almost 350, and I was like, boy, if this comes up a little higher, I may take my profits on Aave. And then we had the dumpage happen. But it's recovering pretty well and still up 6% for the day. So this may be something this weekend I'll be watching, because I have a big bag of Aave and I do need to take profit. For those wondering how Aave has done over time, I can say this. My average is $68. $68. Now, of course, I've been tracking this quite a bit. Just touched 400 here early December. Again, those were the highs. I would love for it to shoot up to 400, but not expecting it. This is where I bought right here. 20th of April, 2023, I bought on that dip right above my head. So I am up on Aave. Well, right now I'm up 400%. So that's pretty sweet. Now, for those that don't understand the 4-year cycles, how would you know to buy this and let it ride into 2025 if you didn't believe 2025 was going to be the fall of 2024 that I had called going into 2025 was going to be the true bull market? It just works that way. And we're going to do this all again, 2027 into 2028 and 2029. We're going to do this again and see if it continues to follow the 4-year cycles. And I will be buying. I will be buying into crypto again from my nice, completely paid for house. So yeah, Aave is one that I'm getting close to taking my profits on, because this has been a nice 4x run. That's pretty good. But I was trying to at least get up to like 370 maybe, so I'll be watching on Aave. Good play though. Aave was a good one. Was a good one. Now my Dogecoin, I'm up 5x on. So again, my returns on Aave are not as good as Doge. I have, Austin. I've been to Denver a couple times. As a kid, we took a vacation out into boy, where was that? I don't know. They had a little steam train that ran through the mountains. Can't remember the name of it. And then I went to a wedding about 12 years ago, 15 years ago, up in a ski resort, but the wedding was in September. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, Conrad, you'll get a special message too. The first 10 minutes of this live stream. Time to buckle up. Gary, welcome. You've been on YouTube for years. You're new to crypto and you never subscribed. I mean, you didn't even subscribe to Mr. Beast. You've been on YouTube for years and you never subscribed to Mr. Beast. But you're subscribing to me, to moi? Really? Thank you. And as a subscriber and a member, you'll be getting Dogecoin from me. Thank you, Yeely. So many bullish catalysts. I know, right? Damien, it's building. It's still building. We would have had a nice pump today. Yep. The whole tariff thing just put a big wrench in it. Everybody has different reasons for selling, CJ. Mine is my own that I've told everyone about, exactly why I'm selling and what I'm using those profits on. And I've been telling that story for a year. And now here we are. I would hold Doge at least until X payments if I didn't have this other thing. But a 4x, 5x return on my overall crypto investment is pretty good. And I'm just going to have to accept that. Could I get a 10x? Maybe. But can't take the chance, can't take the risk, and still obtain my objective. So again, that's just me. Georgetown Loop. That name does not ring a bell. Silverton. Ever heard of Silverton? That's the name that just popped in. It's because when I was a kid, it was a long time ago. Silverton? Is that a thing? Durango. Yeah, that sounds like it. Something like that. Trust the Doge. Embrace the Doge. Exactly, Aussie. Come over to Ohio. I know Ohio very well, Craig. I know Ohio very well. I may have lived there for a while. Part of my college was at Kent State University. Kent State. So I do know Cleveland, down to Kent, Akron, that whole area. My old college roommate lives in Dayton. Been in Cincinnati many times. Yeah, Ohio's great. Wouldn't vacation there in the wintertime, though. Yeah, my cousin lives in Lexington, Kentucky, and we would drive up to see a Reds game. KrissPax. Over Mr. Beast, yes. Oh, you got me beat. Half a penny. Nice. A membership, yeah, you have to do it at a desktop. Yep. Oh, you have to go to my YouTube channel page. DB. You have to go to my YouTube channel page and look at our members and then come over and hit the join button. And that's how you join the channel, is there. You can't do it within the chat. So when the live stream is done, you can go over there. Or if you're near a desktop while you're watching this on your phone, you could do it now. That's how you join. Come on, ETH, let's go. Sheeb, let's go. Come on, need you to rock it. Show me the money. Show me the money. That's kind of where my head is right now. Yes, El Campo. It just has worked out that way now. Thanks to cryptocurrency. Without cryptocurrency, no. Dorothy, think we're going to go on a huge run? Yeah. You're in Dayton? Yep. Yeah, my college roommate, architecture also. He ended up joining the Air Force, became an Air Force architect, and after traveling the world was stationed in Dayton. And then he retired, and now he's a consultant there as a civil engineer. So, and he's got a big farm, and he just owns the farm, loves it, living the good life. He loves it there. Who is my best architect? My favorite architect? I mean, I go back to Frank Lloyd Wright as a classic just because he's the one who really thought about designing for people more than just a magazine cover or anything else. So he's always been one I've looked up to the most. I got my architecture license in 1987. And there were 9 exams when I took them. There were 9 exams. And the exams were not computerized. And they took 4 full days. And on the 4th day, it was a 12-hour design problem you had to actually draw. Back in the day. Back in the day. X payments will not include Doge, Carol, on day 1. And I've been saying that ever since it was announced. But everyone's all going to be, oh, Doge sucks. It's not on X payments or X money when it starts. And I've been telling you, guys, you got to be ready. You got to know. When X money launches, it will not have Doge on it. We know this. They haven't been getting the digital licenses they need for a fully integrated Dogecoin or some other digital asset, whatever, on X money. And it's only going to start in the United States, and it's going to be US dollar based. Then they can start working on digital assets. You need to get the thing running first. And so this Visa partnership they've made, it makes sense for that end of it. But that doesn't mean in the future that they can't add Dogecoin. Oh, yes. We talked about that last week. VP had some kind of issue there. Yeah. And it looked like it got resolved. I don't know. Don't really pay too much attention to his channel other than he's a Doge content guy and we cover all things Doge here. That's about it. Adam, I showed the join member deal and then just got an email that you renewed your membership. That's good timing right there, Adam, isn't it? That's good timing. Ali, I didn't give you advice, right? I just said, why not go 50-50, right? Why not go 50-50? And you're in the green. Ali, studying to be an architect. Good luck. Architects have rewarding careers, don't generally pay a lot, which is kind of how I ended up getting eventually into crypto, to just get that next little step up, you know, in in the financial world. And it's worked out this cycle. I was okay before crypto, but I will tell the whole story eventually of how much debt I was in and what it took to get out of that debt. It was a lot of work because architects just don't make a lot of money. It's not a profession to go in if you want to make money. It's a rewarding profession. Every project is new and different. You solve problems. You make the world a better place, all of that stuff. It just doesn't pay a lot. You know, for having a college degree and taking exams, being licensed, all of that, you would expect, okay, I've gone through all this. I should be making more. No. My goal this cycle is to get the money I've invested into this back and make enough to pay the rest of my truck off. A few little loans. See, just that next little step, Austin, right? You just get that next little step, especially the loans. Get those loans off your back, right? You'll have your truck paid off. You'll have the loans off your back, and you'll be able to breathe easier and not have that financial burden. Are we going to end up with a green January? Of course. We're already in the green. We go to the monthly and we're like in the green. Doge is a green month. I mean, it's not way up here at 40 cents, but it's still green for the month. So yes, we will end the month of January in the green. You've been to Falling Water. I have as well, King. Isn't that an awesome place? It's just like one of the most majestic places. You walk through that and you're just like, man, this is cool. That's what architecture can do. Well, yes, Antonio Gaudí. I've never been to Barcelona. Someday I would love to go to Barcelona, but haven't been. La Sagrada Familia. I would like to see that someday. Yep. Oh, those hackers. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. That's tough. You were a whole coiner back then and got hacked. I'm sorry. Safety security is number one in crypto. Unfortunately, you learned the hard way. But hey, hope you're doing better this cycle. You weren't allowed in the house? Wow. Yeah, I was able to tour the house when I went. It's part of a trust or something. The house is in a trust. So yeah, I've got some great photos I took when I was there. Hi, Wei, how are you? See how your Cardano is doing? 94 cents, yeah. Still need to get this over $1. But again, everything else dropped. It was having a nice move up earlier this morning. But again, this weekend, looking for some good movement up. Snowbirds, yeah. Florida, Arizona. Yeah, we're not going to buy any place. We're just going to do like Airbnbs, you know, or hotels if it's a shorter thing, if we're like moving around, stuff like that. We're buying this house. This is our home. This will be the only thing we actually own. Everything else will just be, like I said, Airbnb or hotel type stuff. Yeah, X Payments is partnered with Visa to begin, and it'll just be fiat in the United States to start with. But Elon has a bigger plan. Friday AMA, the first AMA question, although we did have some architecture ones, so they didn't really call it AMA, but I'm not related to Crypto Casey. No, she is awesome though for education about crypto. She's a great resource. She doesn't do the day-to-day kind of news things, and she doesn't look at charts or do any of that, but she does do a great job teaching people a lot of crypto basics. So well worth watching her videos. Link is rebounding. Yeah, I have my link too. I've got my link. I was hoping $30 link. That'll be a 5x because I bought it $6. I like those 5x numbers. In 2 years, 5x, that's pretty good. So, waiting. Yeah, we talked about WIF earlier and the whole Las Vegas sphere thing and how kind of dumping a bit. What's the big news, Ben? Hey, I got a special message for you. The first 10 minutes of this live stream, if you take the time slider below and you slide it all the way back to the start of the stream, just watch the first 10 minutes. I cover the big news and I have a special message. Architects create problems for builders. Well, Pepito, it depends on what kind of architect you are. And you guys know me, right? I'm all about communication. I'm all about like making things easy. I do the same as an architect. And the builders like me because I work with them. I work with them. I make it easier on them as an architect because the end goal is to get the building built, right? So I'm not one of those who's a pain in the ass to a builder. Now I make them do their work, obviously, right? I'm going to do my on-site reviews, make sure that you're building according to the construction documents. Yes, I will hold you to that as a builder. You got to do that. Breathe easier. Exactly, Austin. And then save up for the next. Yep, exactly. I'll be doing the same thing. Buy a house and then I'm not going to have much crypto. I got to start again. Morning pumps, afternoon dumps. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to take a look at that and see how that has worked between AM and PM, if there's some kind of pattern here. And yes, a win is a win. I know that swing trading thing can be just so... But just the fear of like Doge all of a sudden taking off when you're in the middle of a swing trade, I'm not going to do it. Peak. We'll look at peak again. See if it's starting to recover like everything else. Nope, not yet. Still down at 32. Peak has not made that big cup recovery yet, or ladle starting that recovery like we're seeing with pretty much everything else. John Carter, new member, welcome. Welcome, welcome. No Lux, got to go watch the first 10 minutes. You got it. When to buy H-bar, I can't tell you that, Ricky. I mean, we just had a nice dip here. Right down to 30 cents. I mean, that's pretty good. Will it drop lower than 30? I don't know. It might. We'll see how tonight goes, whether we're able to hold gains and move up, or is there going to be another dip? Sagrada Familia due to be finished next year. Yeah, maybe I was just waiting for it to be completely done before I came and visited. Maybe we love our country's Jets. I would not live anywhere else than America. Urban nomad. Nope, my price prediction is still the same, AJ. Jamie, the most remarkable buildings I've seen are the medieval Gothic cathedrals. I know. I spent a few months as a senior in college, just slogging all through Europe, seeing a lot of churches, a lot of cathedrals, and they are amazing. You're holding Doge and Bonk. On the meme side, although Doge is now kind of straddling that whole meme to legitimate institutional asset or whatever they said. It's just like, wow, okay, Doge, sure. Probably this fall, regions, we would see Doge spiking up. That's what's in my Dogecoin 2025 price prediction video, and I'm still sticking to that. Raiden wants to hear the special message again. It wasn't for you, though, because you were here. Structural engineer, you're not making it easy. Well, I did my tutelage under Hugh Stubbins. And Hugh Stubbins, who was the principal architect behind the Citicorp Tower in New York City, he was only successful because he worked hand in hand with a structural engineer. And he taught me, like, if you're doing anything that stretches the bounds of just a regular structural building, you got to get your structural engineer involved early, get all of those problems out of the way, and then you can build great buildings. And I've always heeded those words. So I work hand in hand with not only my structural, but my mechanical and electrical engineers to make sure the whole building is all integrated together. I mean, can still make great architecture that can still be buildable by a contractor. And that's how I've done my career. We're going to get an Asia pump, Jets. I'd like to see that. I don't want to see this fall back. I already know what my portfolio is going to be. I already have my whole Bitcoin. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to be replacing Doge. I'll have my peak and probably maybe keep some of that XRP if I can. And that's it. And that's it. I'm just going to keep buying back into Doge. Campo, how are you? You joined Patreon? It doesn't show as a member in the chat. YouTube membership is different than Patreon. Patreon is a place you can go to ask me questions directly, and you get my spreadsheet of how I track all of my crypto purchases and sales. You get that spreadsheet if you join Patreon as well. Mostly it's for asking questions. A lot of people send me messages there, and I always respond. $1.50, that's it? Maybe. A lot of people would say $1.50 is pretty damn good for Doge, though. $1.50 Dogecoin. Just getting over $1 is going to be huge. Tonight, are we going to see that Jasmy go? You know, Jasmy is primed. It's really primed. This big run we had. Again, I took some profit here. I did on Jasmy, took profit, ready to take some more. And from that run, Raiden, this run here, where did Jasmy go? It did not fall back down. It did not fall back down. This yellow line here, that was part of my bigger wedge, right? It didn't even come back and touch it. Jasmy is primed to blow. Absolutely primed to blow. I mean, look at that chart. A big pump like that, and it did not dump back down. You can't deny that chart. That looks really strong. for Jasmy. So for those looking to maybe put a little into Jasmy, 3-cent buy isn't that bad. We're still early bull market overall. Again, not financial advice, right? NFA, but that looks pretty good. Typically, we would see a big pump like this, and then it would just come right back down. Jasmy not doing it. You're thinking 4x for Jasmy? Well, I've already made 10x. Again, Flow Finder, it's all when you buy it, right? And I was buying the summer of 2023 at 0.003. So I sold this at a 10x. Now, that's only half my Jasmy. I still have a couple more weeks, and I'm hoping to be able to sell the other half a little higher than that. But with that big run, that was a great opportunity to take some profit. And I did that. And that was a 10x. Oh, guys, that's right. Speaking of my portfolio, I also have this portfolio, which is the KrissPax DCA portfolio. And I'm thinking I might just keep this if I can. I might just keep this portfolio. Doge, Jasmy, Bitcoin, XRP, Algorand, ETH, SHIB, Stacks, Litecoin, and Sweet. That's what's in this portfolio. If I can keep this portfolio as well. So I hadn't even thought about it. I mean, that's awesome. I may be able to do that. Because this portfolio isn't even, this isn't even in my main spreadsheets. This is in its own spreadsheet. And I wasn't even thinking of this. I could keep this. And then we see how high this really goes. I'll just track the Dogecoin, even though I'm going to give this away. I'll keep it in here. Again, this is just coin market caps, like in way to track portfolio. It's not tied to any wallets or anything. So I can give the Doge away, but still track it here as if it was mine. And we'll see how this portfolio continues to do. That'll be cool. We'll do that. I know, exactly, Ryan. It's like finding money. In this case, it's $40,000, but it's like, I hadn't even thought about it. I'm not selling this. I had said I was going to give away the Doge and I was going to sell everything else. But at this point, I'll let it ride. Maybe this is what pays my my profits on for my capital gains that I'll have to pay tax on in 2026. That would be awesome. It is, exactly, Ryan. It's like finding money in your pocket. Hadn't even thought of that. Jasmy's like ready to go. Look, we got a lot more turning green. Pepe we looked at already. Ave we looked at. SHIB. Immutable X just turned green. Aptos turned green. Arbitrum turned green. Oasis Rose turned green. They're all kind of holding on. And of course, ETH we looked at earlier too. So we need this to like curl up, not drop back down. You took my not financial advice? Exactly. I just have to say that just in case. But Jasmy was a really good buy. You FOMO'd at 40, it would be 0.04. Yeah. I think it could pump. It's coming when ETH really moves. I know. ETH, Pepe, Sheeb. Jasmy can go on its own without ETH. We saw that last summer, but Jasmy could blow. There's nothing about crypto taxes yet. So we don't know what's going to happen with crypto taxes. That's something that Congress has to do. So someone in Congress has to put forth legislation for that. And they haven't started dealing with taxes yet. They're dealing with way too many other things in this country that need to be fixed. Hopefully taxes come soon. So the all-time high for Jasmy is like way over $1 when it first started back in 2021. So the 35-cent line was a mark that happened a couple of years ago. I was initially calling for 30-cent Jasmy, but now, I mean, hard to say. My goal was to take profits at 10 cents, but that was before we pushed this house sale forward. So 3 cents is okay. Can you stake your stacks on Coinbase? You'll get Bitcoin for that? I don't know. I don't. The only thing I staked on Coinbase was ETH. Everything else was through Exodus wallet. Keep it for another 4 years? Yeah, I can't. I need cash now. Ondo. What's Ondo up to today? Yeah, also dipped back below $1.50. That's what we've been tracking, is this $1.50 line. Down 5% for the day. So that's not great. Kind of a big hit. That was one of your best moves. On Jasmy, it was a surprise to me. It's like I didn't put a ton into it because, I mean, that was just kind of toward the end of my portfolio. I had much heavier buys and a lot of other alts, but glad I did it. Spell token is a big swing trade crypto. And if Low Roller was in, he would agree. Because he's into spell token too. It just goes on runs and then it drops back down again and again and again. That's spell token. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to that guy, Pepito. As soon as he started promoting all of those other meme tokens, Glauber just went out there. And he got a lot of people wrecked promoting a lot of scam coins. So when 60, when 50, when 40. You bought Jasmy last week before it went on the run. Dorothy, great timing. I mean, that's the difference, right? What a difference a week can make. And that changes your psychology, right, of how you think about a certain crypto, because you bought it right before a pump as opposed to right after a pump. What amazing stuff. Plumbing and fire sprinklers are just pipes, Javier. They don't really take up a lot of space. So they're not as critical in coordinating a building. But yes, they're important. But I mean, you can run pipes through beams and you can do all sorts of things. So they aren't the big ones that cause problems in putting a building together. Toshi. I know, Andrew, right? I don't know what I can say other than what I've already said about projects like Toshi. That is tough. From the top, Toshi is now down 58%. Is it going to come back? I don't know. But that is a pretty weak sell-off from an overbought token right there. It'll probably go on another run at some point in time. Are you willing to wait for that to happen? I mean, this could end up acting like Spell token does. I don't know. It doesn't really do anything. It's like a meme on Coinbase. So it's not like they're going to come out with some great project that will promote it. It just is what it is. It's like Brian Armstrong's cat or whatever. This is what it is. So I don't know. But yeah, that's tough. I mean, we look at Spell token and we get pretty much the same thing happens. Spell is now going through the same thing. And it's going to continue to just drift down. It's only down 27%, but eventually it'll keep going down lower. It always does. Spell token. Big pump, dumps back down. This has been a super pump. Eventually, it's going to come back down. It may stay up here a little while, have a few other little pumps, but that's what Spell token does. Toshi may turn into one of those. You can buy it for less than a penny. It's on Coinbase. People tend to buy it, and then it just kind of becomes up and down. You think Ondo will be a player down the road? I think so too. That big token unlock it had didn't really help it, but then it just traded right back up. No, we talked about SHIB earlier. There's nothing going on with SHIB, Demon. I just needed to pump over the next 2 weeks because I got to take my profits. 135. I didn't say that, right? I said 40, 30. Keep stacking. I don't use Revit, but people who work for me use Revit. You got to remember, I was a young architect intern when AutoCAD was starting, when that was the whole conversion from hand drafting to computer-aided drafting. I was in that generation. So now, you know, this transition it's been happening for 20 years, I guess, now, into sort of this whole database, you know, modeling, which essentially is what Revit is. I think it's awesome. And the young interns that really know how to use Revit, they're awesome. I just manage and do like design overseeing of projects. I don't do drafting anymore. I do some sketching every now and then. Sometimes I'll draw some things in AutoCAD just as a guide or a base, work out some proportions of stuff. I still do that every now and then, but not Revit. You're welcome. Tia, yeah. Tia, Arbitrum, Optimism. I got out of Tia last summer. Bull Run, who you guys know is in a lot of the live streams here, did the same thing. Bull Run was into Tia heavily and sold off. I sold mine as well. They were having huge token unlocks. That is not a good chart for Tia. Celestia was supposed to be this huge thing until it wasn't. So it got all the way up to $9 here in December, but wasn't it even higher? Yeah. Back in last February, it was $20. Look at that. Celestia was $20 last February. That's not a great chart for a bull market, right, Damien? Not a great chart for a bull market. And this is when they had that huge token unlock was here, right? And it just bled through the summer. That was really bad. And it's never recovered. It's never recovered from the summer. Yeah, this was not the token to be in. Sorry. Could it still go on a run? Maybe it can get back up to like $7, but I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one. Eventually you got to take the L, you know? That's why I'm thinking I'm really going to just stick with Doge, with my Bitcoin, maybe a little XRP in peak, and that's about it. I'm not going to go off the rails with all these other altcoins again. But that's just me. I mean, I'll still look at them and we'll talk about them, but meme coins overrated. A lot of people made a lot of money on Pepe, Sheeb last cycle. Bonk, Whiff, people made money on it, but outlook and updates, it's going to be a long ride. Partnerships are continuing to grow. It's not listed on Binance or Coinbase yet. So that's kind of the biggest thing. Yeah, they say things are in the works, but I don't know what that means. Pete, what's the huge news? So you should just take the timer at the bottom of the stream here, of the screen, and just slide it back to the beginning and watch the first 10 minutes, and you'll see my whole take on the huge news. And there's a special message there just for you. Special message just for you, first 10 minutes, and then you can come back to live. Jasmine daily chart looks like a meme. I know, all the way to the left, practically. Yeah, I don't scroll that far back. Jasmine just had huge token unlocks since then. And now they're almost 100% out. I think there's only like less than 4% left that the dev team holds, and everything else is out. That's why I don't think it's going to go back to those prices. I think ETH looks like it'll be up from this point. Heard you say the dominance looks like it might switch. Yep. A lot of people are thinking ETH now. ETH finally going to make its move. I don't know. We got faked out over the past few months, thinking Bitcoin dominance was going to go down, ETH was going to take off. Just never did. Just never did. When you look at the ETH Bitcoin trading pair, and you're like it was this one back here that we were charting back in November, when the ETH versus Bitcoin took that massive dive, but then it came all the way back up, and we were charting this, and we were like, that I said, okay, that's the bottom, ETH versus Bitcoin. At the time, I was like, okay, that's the bottom, and ETH BTC was going to go up from there. And it actually did hit my mark, but then it just tailed off lower and lower and lower. ETH is just so weak there, and went lower than what I called as the bottom in November. So there you go. A lot of weakness. Is this the time it turns around now? Finally. A lot of people calling for it now as we go into February. And I'll be talking about that in tomorrow's video as well. Need ETH to take off. Yes. Right now, the good news is on the short-term time frame, it looks like we did bottom out at 32.3 cents here on Doge, and we're recovering. So that's looking good. Token dilution. That's how they're all making money. All of these new crypto projects. That's how they pay themselves. I mean, even the Trump token has it built in. Same thing. The Melania token, same thing. It's all to pay themselves. Sheeb probably release a new perfume. Nope. Sheeb perfume. I know that Celestia chart is bad. Yeah. I know, Pete. Got to watch the first 10 minutes. Got to watch the first 10 minutes. I don't want to repeat it all again. But the first 10 minutes was dynamic in this stream. It was awesome. Hey, Andrew. Yeah. I'm just getting tired. That's all. Just tired. 2.5 hours into a stream, you know, and don't have much bud left. Mid to late March, you think? Some are saying April. Hate to wait all the way 2 more months, right? Yeah. Even the election night didn't help it. That was, I know, it's just still down there. DNT, I don't know what that is then, but it probably follows the same four-year cycles like most cryptos. Oscar, you can do that. If you get in early and you sell, you can make a 6x on things like that. But those who were maybe greedy and held on, and then once it started coming down, didn't sell out, but thought, oh, it'll go back up and it will go higher, which I heard a lot of. You're now down 50% from that high. So now you're Derek and Jessica. That way you've got it solved. You now have a joint YouTube account. Love it. I love it. You're up 10x on Pepe. Awesome, Chad. A lot of people are. It's about to pump 70-80% before a dump. Well, what we don't know about Dogecoin this time is with all these ETFs, this trust, these other things, all these talks about it being more of a legitimate investment other than just a meme coin, we may not see that kind of dump again. I don't know. I don't know. Now it's just for the fun of it, Mother Goose. It's just for the fun of it. Because how many times would I have to repeat myself, even going forward? Most will just bleed out. Exactly, Tim. Most will just bleed out. Don't need any Revit with the new house. I've actually already drawn it in AutoCAD for myself, just from the diagram I got from the realtor. And there was a in the city, there was a sort of a plot plan, and it had some dimensions on it for the basic shape of the house. So I was able to draw the floor plan pretty easily. But we're not going to do any work on it. It's fine. XRP did not really do well today. XRP is still down 2%. Just didn't really go on much of a run as ETH and Doge did. So a little weakness today with ETH trade or XRP trading today. Still over $3. It held $3 as support here. But a little weakness compared to others. Moki. I don't know what that is, but good luck. Yeah, we looked at Bitcoin dominance, Jeffrey. We can look at that again. It has been drifting down because ETH is showing strength. So we have that today. This is actually 2 days here. Looking at the 4-hour chart. This is 2 days. Bitcoin dominance going down. If XRP pumps and ETH, along with Doge, Bitcoin's kind of going sideways, we'll see this dump lower. Again, you don't trade versus the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance is a reaction of what's happening with other cryptos. I know that ETH BTC, but again, we were faked out before. We were faked out. I know it's getting warm, Raiden. I know. I don't have a fridge sitting here. I should have a fridge in my new office though, right? Should have a little fridge there. Yeah, Onyx is a risk, CJ. Another one of those that's probably overbought. We'll see some pullback. Yeah, new tokens. In order to keep the market cap the same, that's a lot of people buying. Or they're not selling when new tokens are created and they just get absorbed. That's crazy. But that happens as well. So small memes eating up money. We still have a lot of all those meme tokens, a lot of traders continuing to chase them, even though the odds of hitting the 1 or 2 that actually make great money is so small. It's so small. You don't know, all those pump.fun memes, which is the one that's going to hit it big. You don't know. Mm-mm-mm. 1% off in any country using Dogecoin to pay for the tariff. Interesting. Just use Doge. Just use Doge. Hey, Rahul, how are you? So Solana. As I've said before, a lot of the strength of Solana over the past 6 months has been on all these memes. And if Solana is going to rely on memes for its success, probably not great. We're going to see what happens with pump.fun in these lawsuits. Yes, there's multiple lawsuits now against pump.fun. That could hurt Solana's price if pump.fun got shut down. So be aware of that just as a possible risk. Overall, for as big as Solana is, it still has huge support. I just don't know what's going to happen. It just, for a project that was supposed to be as legitimate as Solana was built to be, then relying on just all those meme tokens. And there's all these other theories about faking trading, having bot trading. in order to, fake the numbers for volume. I don't know. I didn't investigate that myself. I don't care enough about Solana to do that. But that information is out there, and some of it that I saw looked pretty legit. It had ties to FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried back in 2022. Still don't know about that. So there's all this stuff out there. I made some money on it. In 2023, I made some money on it. And then I took the profits and I put them into Cardano, which I'm now up, 4x on Cardano. If I'd kept it in Solana, I would have done a 10x, but you never know. You never know. I just didn't like it as a project, personally. Your architect friend used AutoCAD. You got 2 more rooms out of it. Yeah, good architect can help plan a building out, make it more usable. Especially if you get extra rooms, that makes it worth more. My favorite thing about my new house, well, it's going to be no mortgage. It's not anything about the house. It's going to be no mortgage. That's my favorite thing. I think I like the way the kitchen flows into the family room and a sunroom. That's the part of the house we're going to be using the most. So that's awesome. That's probably the best part. The kitchen opens right to the family room, which then has a dual-sided fireplace between the family room and the sunroom. The sunroom sticks out into the backyard, so it's all surrounded with nature. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Doge is recovering. Right there. It's happening. It's happening. You might get a new place if Doge pumps above $1. I know, Oz. It's going to be a great feeling. Now I have to pay the taxes. I know, but the taxes pay for the police and the fire. I mean, if you have a fire in a house, you want the fire department to show up, don't you? Your taxes pay for that. Good evening, sunshine. How are you? We're doing great. We're doing great here. Just hanging out. We are in fake out season. There's been a lot of fake outs. There has been a lot of them. This dump today was just dumb. I mean, everyone knows the Trump tariffs are coming. And then there was this Reuters article that said, well, it's not going to be till March. Then the White House just came out and said, yeah, no, it's tomorrow. It's February 1st. Canada, Mexico, and a small one at China, too. All start tomorrow. S&P 500 dumped. Did you guys see the S&P 500 chart? It's like, oh my gosh. Actually, I have it in my, right here. I mean, that's S&P 500. How often do you see the S&P 500 just dump like that? And it never recovered. That was bad. Pulled the whole market down, including crypto. But there we go. $0.33 Doge is still one Doge. Exactly. One Doge is always one Doge. Doge is about to take off from runway 33. That'd be nice. Looks like it just got rejected at 33 right there. Ah. Good morning. Try Dharma. We got it to the moon, Rohit. I like that. The whole decentralized thing, I mean, that's the thing, not only Solana and like most new cryptos that are made are centralized, not decentralized. XRP as well, totally centralized, which is why I don't know if the SEC is going to be so quick at granting it an ETF. But Doge, completely decentralized. There's still misconceptions about giant whale wallets, and it's Robinhood, it's Binance, it's all the coins that the big exchanges hold. Yeah, there's some other whales, but they're not like the huge ones. The biggest one is Robinhood. Elon finally admitted it. At first, back in February 2021, he was saying that the big whales needed to sell and not be in control. But then he learned, oh, that's Robinhood holding all of that Doge on behalf of all the Robinhood Dogecoin holders. So pretty decentralized. But people always lump that Robinhood wallet in with the big Binance one and the other big exchange ones, and says like a third of all Dogecoin is held in like 10 wallets. But those aren't just 10 people. I mean, I have Dogecoin on Robinhood. Part of that Doge in that big whale wallet is MyDoge. I'm just letting Robinhood hold it on my behalf. Grayscale bought the Doge dip. See, that's what's going to happen, right? Now you're going to get like Grayscale coming in. You trade futures? Watch the market every day. Last Friday, I knew we would dump. Then we had 3 levels of rise right on time. 3 cash Friday. Ah, Pete, I love it. You did go back. You found out the huge news and you got the special message. Yes. Nothing about it. It happens every stream, especially if I've got a title like I do today, right? People always come in later. Thanks for the subscription, though. Appreciate it. Josh, eventually. So Grayscale is going to start with a trust, but then eventually, and this is the unknown thing, it launches a new Dogecoin trust, but then convert it into an ETF. That's the part that's got me scared, is that part of it. I don't mind like them buying a bunch of Doge. That's awesome. More people who buy Doge, the better. But the conversion into an ETF, if there's a whole bunch of money in the trust, might, when the Doge ETF eventually gets started, there might be a bunch of selling like we saw with Grayscale with Bitcoin and ETH. And that's the part that worries me a little bit. Oh yeah, and then there's the Barry Silbert dude too. Now, I thought he had to divest himself out of Grayscale. I thought that was one of the things. I think he's still Digital Currency Group, and then there's some new like mining thing that's coming off of that. I don't think he's Grayscale anymore. I don't think so. Is Grayscale a spot ETF? Again, it starts with a futures thing. This trust is the first product, but eventually it will convert into a spot ETF. Not doing a live on Saturday. That's the one day off. I'll do a video in the morning, and that video is going to be my Dogecoin February price prediction. So big video tomorrow, but no live stream. I'll be live again Sunday evening, late afternoon, evening time, somewhere on Sunday. You made some money on meta calls and Tesla puts. Yeah, well, you're doing great. You're making money. You don't need my advice. You've got Doge, you've got Link, you sold your XRP, but you regret. Yeah. Again, just those are great projects. You're in the right place. And Grayscale filed for the Dogecoin ETF. So that's going to be a conversion from this trust product, probably. That's my guess. Because that's what this other article alluded to, is they would start the trust and then they would convert it to an ETF. So that might be that. I saw all these articles, wonderful articles about Doge. Right. It's a longer term thing. Nobody's buying Dogecoin today because of the news. So, I wonder what the KrissPax February price prediction will be. I wonder. The $1 Doge party will definitely not be on a Saturday. Don't be late because you'll miss the special message. Actually, the $1 Dogecoin party would most likely be on a Saturday because Ms. KrissPax would be with me celebrating. And I won't be broadcasting it live. It'll be a meet and greet, all in person thing. So it probably would be on a Saturday. The special message will just be people who aren't there aren't going to be part of the fun. So you think I'm going to say 45 cents, Raiden? Well, just because you said 45 cents, now I can't say that. Exactly. Because Raiden will be like, yeah, I told him 45 cents. He stole that from me. Oh, you guys. Too good, too good. All right, guys, we're getting on 3 hours here. I'm going to call it a stream. Yep. Hey, that's where I sold some Doge, right? Remember 42,069? That's now looking like a really good sale that I made. A lot of people were giving me crap. So what you selling Dogecoin for 42 for? And I'm like, you never know what's going to happen. I didn't realize at the time I'd be buying a house in February. So that 42-cent sale that I made of that first Dogecoin, that was pretty good. Hey, I hope everyone has a great Friday evening. Again, video coming out tomorrow. And we'll be live again on Sunday. Make sure you hit the like on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit your notifications. You'll know when I go live on Sunday, next live stream. Hope to see you all then. Until next time, have a good one.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.